Hello, and welcome to Shamrock Talk, the internet's #1 Mother-Son Celtics podcast. I'm your host, Jake Golan, here once again with my mother, Karen Olin.
Hi.
If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see I'm in Mom's usual spot, the signature window glare. Uh, that usually Don is now on me. You're in Maine, so
I am in the
uh, little.
chaos of construction. That's why it's kind of focused up at the roof because
Yeah, you
there's
could see the stickers on some of the windows
look at the
there.
plastic covering everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, little trading places. We're recording this Sunday, May 19th. It is the afternoon. The Pacers just beat the Knicks, so we do now know who the Celtics will be playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. Pacers versus Celtics starts Tuesday. I'm a little disappointed about that
you wanted
because
Knicks?
I will be in New York Tuesday, so it would have been in New
Oh, yeah,
York
yeah,
for game one. Rock my
yeah,
Celtics jersey in New York, but
yeah.
um
Yeah, be careful. Don't go down any dark alleys.
no, it'll be the Pacers. But before we get to that, let's do a little moratorium on the semifinals. We last podcasted after game one. And then we both were in San Diego. I was there for game two. We were both there for the
No.
rest of the series.
Yeah. Wait, didn't we
Um,
podcast after game two blowout?
no, because I
Oh,
was already in New York or already in San Diego. I
okay.
was South Brett. Um,
Okay.
so let's go through these. I mean, we don't have to go through the games one by one.
Honestly, I
I
don't
may have I
remember.
may have had some drinks in me for more than one of these games, so I'm not gonna
It
have
was a
the most
graduation.
astute analysis.
It was a graduation week.
But I wasn't that wild. I do remember the games. Um, I mean, yeah, it's hard to overact, I guess, first to the loss now that we know. I mean, it would have been a
Yeah.
more sky is falling kind of podcast if we
Yeah.
had recorded right after that.
Yes.
Um, so
Well,
I don't
because
know.
they look good. The Heat did look, they shot so well.
Cavs.
And I mean, the Cavs shot so
Yeah.
well. It was very reminiscent of the
Correct. Of the
game
Heat
two.
game. Agreed.
Yeah.
It's like it
We
was
were a
this
little
whole
bit
series.
lax. Yeah. We were a
Whole
little
series
bit
is kind of
lax
deja
on
vu.
defense in that game. Got down quickly and just could
Hmm.
never get back. Um, yeah, very reminiscent. And I think the next game we came out the same way we did with the Heat.
Yeah.
We started playing defense. We had a little more urgency, at least for a little while.
Hmm.
We went back into that little lapse of defense every once in a while, but it reminded me a lot of the Heat.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I 100% agree. The whole series did. It was, I
yeah.
mean, I guess, we didn't
No
crush them as
Donovan
much as
Mitchell the
in
last few. I
games, but
mean,
yeah.
uh, Darius Garland, I think, hurt himself even though he was playing. I mean, just yeah.
Hmm.
And then Levert out the last game. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I think we did what we were supposed to do. Win
agreed.
against a shorthanded team. And at times not very prettily. I mean, Jaylen Brown had a horrible percentage shooting from three the last game. Yeah,
Hmm.
I didn't think anybody in those last few games was a standout. I think Derek White had a really good last game. Jason Tatum had a good last game. Um, but
I
it's
saw a stat
hard to
today.
tell
This will blow your mind.
what.
I believe Tatum led the team in the whole series in points, assists, rebounds, steals, blocks.
Very good. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Picking up the slack. Yeah. I was looking at the stat today. He shot 27% at three.
Yeah,
At
well,
three
it's
through
still a
thus
concern.
far
That's
through the playoffs. He shot
correct.
27%. I think it was 27%. But
But I almost
um
I don't know. That in a way it's kind of unlocked him into like a different player because
agreed.
he's not chucking up those threes as much, and
As much. Yes,
so he's
agreed.
kind of found his role, and that's kind of why his scoring's down, and everyone's
Yeah.
kind of down on
Last
Tatum because
game, four
he's
threes. That's pretty good.
yeah. I know he hasn't had monster scoring outputs,
Yeah.
but yeah, we
My
play team
worry is in
basketball. Like,
that
hello,
tight
that's what we
game
do.
my worry is in that tight game at the end. You need a long 2 or
Correct.
3 or whatever,
Agreed.
and who's the
Your
person that does
confidence in
it?
that guy. Yeah, yeah. Fair
And
enough.
that's my only concern. In a
Hmm.
regular game, you're right. He's done everything else. Maturity, passing, much,
Hmm.
much better. But again, I think he still takes on that role.
Yeah.
And
As he
at
has to, kind of. I
27%,
mean,
yeah, 27%. Is that the
agreed.
buzzer beater you want? I don't know.
Agreed.
So,
Well, hopefully next buzzer beater, he decides not to make it a 3. That's always I mean, the
agreed.
chuck up
Agreed.
sidestep 3, his
Not good.
signature
Yeah.
shot is not a high percentage
No.
shot.
Agreed. Agreed.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
agree. I mean, clutch
Not a lot
time
to
and
say.
shooting, but exactly. As we've said many times this year, it's all nitpicking.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
'Cause
hard to go ahead.
game 3 was big. That was the big one.
Yes.
Take the
Coming back.
series lead
Yeah.
after you just lost um in Cleveland. You beat them pretty good. But it's close enough to, not I was still nervous the whole way, or
Yes.
most of the way.
Yeah.
But that was the big one. And then from there on, Donovan Mitchell didn't play. And it was like, oh well, now
Yeah.
we're winning and Donovan Mitchell isn't playing, and it was just kind of a joke from there.
Yes.
Even
I
though
don't think
even
we
though the
had
games were close.
closer than we would like.
Yes.
That's the wavering
But
question.
hey, sometimes Marcus Morris is gonna hit 8 of 8 shots.
Yes. Yeah.
What was that? It was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
He went off in that game. That's the only way they stayed in it.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Was
that's
because
that's
of him.
that's kind of my point is,
Yeah.
we still won and it was close
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
some unusual suspects were hitting unusual
And
shots.
you know, I don't think our defense was outstanding those last 2 games either.
No.
I mean, I think we had that sort of sense of a little bit of laid back, you know. I think game 3 in the beginning, we came in, we weren't going to lose that game. And
Hmm.
we had a little bit of intensity, and you saw how good our defense could be. And then I just think we're feeling good enough that maybe we weren't,
Yeah.
didn't need to show that intensity on defense. But yeah, our defense wasn't outstanding, I didn't think. Like I said, Derek White had some outstanding defensive moments in some of those games.
Yeah.
Um, as did everybody. Moments, not a consistent intensity. Which again makes me nervous only because I've been watching all the other games,
Hmm.
all the other teams, and how hard, those games have been for everybody and what they're going through, and have been through in different games, how close they were, or, so it makes me nervous that we haven't really hit that moment where
Yeah.
we've had to work hard. Um,
Agreed, of
so it'll be
course.
interesting.
Hmm. You know who's really come on, I think, is Drew Holiday. He's been
Yes,
great.
he had a great,
Um,
yeah, agreed.
I just think some guys are just playoff guys, the veteran presence that
Yeah.
kind of always pays off when you're coming down the stretch. Because a lot of time, like offensively, especially, he's hit some big buckets.
Yes, I think he's shot a lot better underneath as well. A little bit of post up
Yes,
and
correct. That
had
little,
some good,
yeah,
whereas it hasn't been rolling around and off, kind of a weird, not making it
yep.
um, through the hoop. Um, yeah, yeah, it's hard. I think it's hard to critique this team with those 2 teams that we played, right?
Agreed.
Not, either injured or, I mean, both teams
And I
severely
mean,
injured.
let's be honest. Do we really think it's gonna get a lot tougher with the Pacers?
I
At
don't
least
know.
they're healthy. At least
Yeah,
that's the one thing you can say about them is
yeah.
they don't. I don't think anyone
I
for them is
think
really
their
hurt.
ball movement is very good. And I think the
Yes.
Knicks play very good defense, or did, play very good defense. So it's going to be,
Yes. I mean,
they
no
came
one.
back, they've had to fight. They have,
Yeah.
and that's my worry. And that's, I think, we're going to see obviously on Tuesday how it all goes. But I do think they will have an intensity and
Oh, sure.
a desperation that we have not felt yet. And
Agreed.
so it's going to be interesting to see, you know. Um,
Yeah, but they're not. I don't know. They're an offensive team. They're not
yes,
stalwarts defensively. So,
agree. Yes.
um,
I mean, they have, Miles Turner
yeah. I believe
in
they're.
there.
Let's see what defensive rankings they were in.
Obi Toppin.
I'm going to check their
But they
defensive
move the
rating.
ball incredibly well. It's fun to watch. It really is fun to watch. I was rooting for them today.
Top 15.
And then when Jalen Brunson fractured his hand and left the game, I said, "Oh, now I want to play the
Why will it
Knicks."
only show me the top 15?
Why can't we play the Knicks? Although I think this is better. We need a good gritty team to give us a challenge in order to make it happen out in the West. Because those games, those teams, whew, not easy.
It's not showing me. It only shows the top 15 teams on NBA.com. What's going on
Well,
here?
then they're in the bottom.
Yes, they are in the bottom half for sure.
Yeah.
That's true. Defensive efficiency ratings 24. Indiana's 24. So
Yeah.
not ideal.
And you can kind of see that.
The lowest of any playoff team.
Yeah. Although I'm going to tell you right now, they did a terrific job on Brunson today. I think Neesmith, TJ McConnell, and I mean, Brunson's shorter, but he's tough. He's tough.
They finally
shut him.
decided
Yeah.
not to put Nemhard on him. He was destroying Nemhard. Why would you put a small guy on him? Even if he's a good defender as a small guy, like the way I've harped on that so much, the way to stop him is to get a big guy on him.
Yeah. So it will be a little bit different with us on Brunson, obviously, but they did it. That's what I'm saying. Defensively, I thought they did. I mean, Neesmith was very good today.
I know. I can't believe we're facing Aaron Neesmith in the starting lineup of
I mean, and you say,
well,
how is he starting? He was 8 for 8 today.
No, he's good. I know. I'm
100%, 2 for 2. 100%.
I'm not
He
saying
shot
that
100%.
to disparage him. I'm just saying I never would have guessed that he would be this player. It's kind of unbelievable.
And
people always talk about how bad the Celtics are at drafting. It's like that was a guy who just kind of didn't fit our team, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely.
We just had guys in that position. So,
but he also played great defense.
Talk about that.
Really good defense. So on both ends, he was picking up the slack and hustling, and I just thought he was terrific. And they have Siakam. It's not gonna be easy.
No. I mean,
Siakam and Turner, and when they have them both in there, it's an interesting. It's going to be interesting.
The underrated storyline here that no one's talking about is we get to avenge our in-season tournament loss.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
To the Pacers.
It's not like this team hasn't beaten us before.
Yeah.
That's my worry.
They could definitely beat us, and like they'll get hot, they'll steal a game, maybe 2. But am I seriously concerned about the Pacers? I can't say I am.
Starting 5 against starting 5, absolutely not. I'm not. Especially if Porzingis comes back eventually. It said he's not coming back for the first couple games still.
Correct. Woj did announce, first 2 games he's not back. Hopefully we win those 2 and you keep him out. Just let him heal.
Yeah, true. But my worry is it's going to be intensity. They have played many tough, tight games.
I know.
And so that's the problem is, and they figured it out. They figured their offense against some very good defense. Some very good. Josh Hart.
But if you can't get up and focus for the Eastern Conference Finals, what are we doing? They'll come out.
100%. 100%. I'd agree with that.
And that's the again, credit to my guy Psycho Joe for always being a maniac. That guy competes always.
Who's Psycho Joe?
Missoula.
Oh yes. Sorry, I was like Psycho Joe.
that's my name for him, Psycho Joe.
He is very competitive.
He is crazy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there. He's there to win always.
Yes.
Agreed. I don't know. I don't worry about that stuff. We do have those stinker games, but in the grand scheme of things, they're there to win. I'm not worried about that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about, Indiana getting hot shooting. That's or just offensively in general. That's their.
Oh my God. Halliburton with his 3 is hard. Once he comes around that corner and
he hasn't been shooting well post All-Star break.
This game he did.
Yeah, he did. He turned it on this game and this little bit at the end of the series, but
yeah. Well, one game, I think it wasn't him that had 6 shots total in the game, and they were all over him.
Yeah.
The media and
apparently he has a back injury or something. He looked fine out there today, but all these guys are banged up.
Yes. Well, and that's the benefit, right? we haven't had those hard, scrappy games. So hopefully our health.
Yeah. We have the Terminator, Tatum.
Yeah.
He just,
Yes.
I mean, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
No one likes to give him credit for that for some reason.
Oh, I do. I mean, I think he's an
He
excellent
is
player.
an absolute, no, I just mean an Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's never
Oh,
hurt. Never.
yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
Has he ever missed
Good.
more than like 10 games in a season? It's crazy.
No, but have you ever seen him take a charge in his career?
Yeah, but that's all star players. That's not a Tatum thing.
I've never seen him take a charge. Never, not once. I've seen him open the gate to the basketball, I mean, to the hoop a few times.
Hey, well, maybe it's working because he's the only one healthy
Exactly.
at
That's
the
what
end
I
of the
mean.
year.
Yeah, yeah. I just have never really seen him. Other offensively, he does put his body. He falls a lot. I mean, he
Yeah.
gets banged up that way, but defensively, I've never seen him really put his body on line. But I agree. He is not pulled. He has not gone any would you have here. He has really stayed healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, most of this team has done well.
And Jalen
this-
Brown, yeah, Jalen Brown, a kind of athletic guy, you'd think would have some. And he's had some problems even at the end of the season a couple years ago. But
Yeah.
I mean, with the
Yeah.
exception of Porzingis, everyone's seems to be at least their normal selves. So, but same with the Pacers. Hey, the first
Their
team that
bench
kind of
is-
has their guys.
Yeah, their bench is good too. I mean, they have some people coming off. TJ McConnell played incredibly well.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin, not today as much, but he had a great
He's
game the
good.
other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they have solid
Ben
guys.
Shepherd, their rookie, he's played well. Today again, only shot 3 shots, but 24 minutes, defense pretty good. I mean, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, that's coming off the bench. Yeah. So they've got a decent bench behind them.
Yeah. No, I mean,
So it'll be interesting.
We'll
The
see.
nice thing
We'll
is, with the exception of Halliburton and I mean Siakam and Turner, they don't have a lot of size.
yeah,
Toppin,
and those,
you know,
I
somewhat.
guess Siakam more, but neither of those
But
are
their
big
guards,
kind of, yeah, body you in kind of peak guys.
yeah, their guards are much shorter than our guards, and hopefully that will
Yes.
be, their top guards. I mean, Nebhard.
Yeah.
Um,
Couple Drew Holiday post ups in there.
yeah. TJ McConnell shorter.
Yeah.
Their point guards are a little shorter, so hopefully that gives us an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be interesting. And they're the way they move the ball, they just are. And like I said, they've had to be gritty so
Yeah.
it's going to be an
Well,
interesting series.
And again, to our credit, you can make all the same injury excuses that we've had through the first 2 rounds for them. They get the Bucks without Giannis, and then by the end of the series, Lillard isn't playing, and then they get the Knicks, who were just a hospital team.
That poor. I mean, Anunoby tried to play, and 4 minutes in, 2 for 2 too. 1-3. Couldn't play the rest of the game. Went back to the locker room and then sat on the bench. So he was out for the rest of the game. So he only played 4 minutes. So yeah, they're suffering.
Yeah, they're done.
Josh Hart has some stomach pull injury. He's not.
Yeah, he's played like 48 minutes every game.
Yeah,
but
he's not
Tom
doing
Thibodeau's
well.
notorious for just running his players to the ground. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. DiVincenzo was really good today too.
Yeah,
he had a good game as well.
That's
anyway.
kind of the only guy they had left.
Yes, it was. He was working. So he
Exactly.
played 41 minutes. He was working so hard. I mean, so hard. Yeah. All right. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I
can't wait for the game tonight.
I know. This is pre Minnesota Denver. Definitely the best 2 teams.
I agree.
You could argue the Celtics left. I mean,
yeah. I agree.
I think either of them beats Dallas. I'd love to play Dallas. I think we'd beat Dallas.
I do too.
That would be fantastic.
We would have a tie. It'll be a struggle with the Nuggets or the Timberwolves for us.
Those other teams are quite juggernauts.
Yeah.
So,
but what a fun series.
Yeah.
I mean, Jokic is always fun to watch anyway. But the Timberwolves,
Anthony Edwards been phenomenal.
Yeah, they're just so good.
Both teams.
Super fun.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. I'll be tuning in for all of that.
Yeah. And I watched the Mavs defeat OKC. Heartbreaker for me because I was rooting for OKC. I'm not sure who around here roots for the Mavs with Kyrie and Luka.
Yeah.
But they were really good. They both played very well. So it was fun game to watch. Heartbreaker for OKC because they
Mhm.
were up for quite a bit of the game.
And that silly foul at the end by
Yeah,
SGA.
yeah, yeah. Close one, but that was a fun game to watch. Yeah, the West has been really fun. Knicks
Yeah.
and Pacers made it fun for us here, but most of them have not been great games.
No.
So yeah, that's it. Not
Yep.
not a
No, I
lot to
think,
say.
yeah. Again,
We'll have to.
podcasts are better when the Celtics are bad. So,
Yes. Well, when they've played
but the
recently,
games
I
are
feel like
better
we've.
when they're good. So I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Yes. Yes. The first game, we'll have a lot to say probably after the first game. We'll see how
Oh
it
yeah.
goes and try
Yeah.
and get
Well,
together.
mhm. I have a jam-packed schedule, so I don't know if we're gonna get one in after game one.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're
Game
going
one
back.
Tuesday, I'll be in New York, and then I'm flying
Yes.
back to Argentina, and
Yeah.
then I don't get in until I'm basically flying all day Wednesday, and I don't get in until Thursday morning. So, and then
Okay.
we have the
So
next
maybe
game that night, and
Friday,
so yeah, after game two,
depending. Yeah.
yes, it's probably
Yeah.
the more realistic podcast time.
Yes, and
But
we'll have
we're trying to
much
get
more to
them
say.
in whenever we can.
Much more to say.
I
Even
did
this
bring
one,
I brought all the podcast stuff to San Diego, but sometimes our
not a lot,
ambitions are.
but still, I feel as though there wasn't a lot to say,
Yeah, they would have
right?
been quick ones anyway. I
Yeah. I
mean,
mean, there's
what
just,
do you say?
yeah,
It was all
not a big
fantastic.
challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
We won. Um,
I'm sure we would have nitpicked a little more each game if we recorded, but
Absolutely.
grand
And you
scheme of
can
things.
nitpick until we see them play the Pacers, until we see, once
Yep.
they start to stumble. Um, but thus far haven't stumbled yet. So
No. And
not a lot to
hopefully they
say.
don't. Hey, let's just crush our way through the NBA finals. Why
Yep.
not?
I agree.
I would be overjoyed if we
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Didn't have much
whooped
to
them
say for
all.
the podcast.
Yeah. Exactly.
Can't complain. Can't complain.
A good celebration pod.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing.
Nope. Agreed. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to this series and see how they play against the
Gotta be
Pacers,
good.
whom we
Tuesday.
have lost to. Didn't we lose to them twice? Am I crazy?
At least once.
I thought twice at that.
No, I think once. Because remember the first time we played them, they had no
Halliburton.
Halliburton. We destroyed them like 60,
Okay.
like something insane, like 50
Yeah.
points.
Okay. Then he
And
came back,
then
and
they
for
beat
some
us
reason I
in the
thought we.
in-season tournament.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if there was another game that we lost.
Yeah, I just remember
we
the
won a lot of
painful
games this year.
Yes, we did. I just remember the painful in-season tournament loss.
Pacers, Celtics history.
I just don't think they're going to be a joke. I think their offense is good, and if they're hot, yeah.
Oh, so they did beat us twice, but we beat them 3
Yeah.
times.
Okay, I thought they beat us twice, and I think it was 2 times in a row. That was the in-season tournament, and either before or after that.
What says L? Okay. Yeah, so we January, or we beat them November by 51.
Yeah, that was no
We
Halliburton.
lost in the in-season tournament. And then we beat them by 17 January 6th. We played them on a back-to-back again January 8th and lost.
Yeah,
Second time in a row we played them.
Yeah.
And let's see. Let's check that game out. I don't remember that game. Oh, no Tatum.
When we lost?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
That
makes
explains
sense.
part of it.
I do remember us losing twice.
And no
Porzingis?
No, Porzingis played. No Sam Hauser.
Oh.
Interestingly enough.
Okay.
And then we beat them the last time that month, January 30th, 129, 124. So 3-2 against them this season.
Close.
That's a series.
Yeah, that's a close one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 6-game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be closer than you think. I have a feeling they're gonna come out fiery, but we'll see.
I'm gonna go pace or Celtics in 5. That's my prediction. Could have gone 6, but
yeah, I say 5 or 6
that
at
threatened.
least. And I hope it is tighter. We need tighter. I feel as though
It's tighter if
we
we
want
win.
an easy yes, tighter. But I
Be
think I do
careful
think
what
we
you wish for.
yes, I do think we need a little bit of a,
Yeah.
push to get
A
to the
practice
West.
run before the
Exactly.
tougher games
Yes,
come.
because we're gonna need a lot when we're out
That's
there.
that's the most spoiled, ridiculous thing we've ever said. We need the Eastern Conference Finals. We have practice run for the finals.
We need a little more
Yeah.
pressure. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you step it up a little bit, Pacers? Because we need a little competition here
Yeah.
before
I'm
we
gonna put my
prepare on moving
left
on.
hand behind my back and play with one hand this game. Let's make this tougher. All right.
All right.
That's
Well,
it. I'm
this
looking
has
forward to it.
been
Tuesday.
Shamrock Talk, Little Eastern Conference preview. Per usual, you can find us worldwide, all platforms at Shamrock Talk Pod, on Twitter at Shamrock Talk, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google. Oh, today's sponsor,
Sponsor.
M&M's, share size. M&M's, Hershey. Who owns M&M? Is that Hershey? I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
isn't it?
Hershey, if you'd like to actually let M&M sponsor
Good
the
question.
podcast, that would be fantastic. Send us a bunch of don't send us a bunch of M&Ms because then I end up
No,
eating.
no. Yeah, I agree.
Don't send us anything. Just give us your stamp of approval, M&Ms, and you can be the official
Mars?
sponsor of Shamrock Talk.
Is Mars different than Hershey?
Mars, yes, Mars is different. I think
Okay.
that's
it's
the big
Mars.
competitor to Hershey's.
Yeah, it's
Which is
Mars.
probably why you have like the Hershey and M&M store at Times Square and stuff. Competitors.
There you go. All right. Go
Yeah.
Celtics.
So we'll be back as we just announced, probably after game 2, and hopefully we don't have much else to say. Hopefully it's another
Yes.
short one.
It is.
Let's
It
get
is
2
good
wins.
in some ways not to have a lot to say because
Let's get
things are
2
going well.
wins. Yes. And say, Joe Mazzulla, keep it up. You're doing great.
Yep.
We've never doubted you.
How can you at this point?
Yeah, I know.
Right? You can complain about him all you want, but
Yep.
all right.
Well,
Celtics.
go Celtics.